Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily. Thank you so much for being here and for sharing your practice with me today. Today we're going to be starting on our backs in constructive rest. So whenever you're ready, you can grab your mat and join me. So we're going to start on our backs. You can make your way down nice and easily. And then let's just keep the knees bent, feet wide apart and knees together, so we're in a constructive rest. And let's place one hand on the stomach and the other on the chest. Let's close the eyes, taking these first few moments of the practice to arrive on the mat, to settle. Maybe taking a deep cleansing breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just really allowing yourself to find grounding here. Let's pay attention to the breath, breathing into the lower belly and then filling up the lungs with air, lifting the chest. Exhaling, squeezing ribs together and squeezing navel back towards the spine. We'll take 5 breaths like that. And then very slowly, we're going to roll onto our right side. So let's lift the right arm above the head, roll onto your right so that your right arm becomes a pillow for your head. And then we make our way here. Left hand can just be on the mat to help stabilize you. And let's start to open up the left hip so left toes are touching the floor, and then close. And let's open and close. And again, open and close. 2 more. And release. Now let's reach the left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, left hand comes on the left shoulder, and let's do some big circles with that left elbow. And switch directions. And reach your left arm up towards the sky. Let's bend the left elbow behind the back so that your left hand slides underneath your right waist and the fingers poke through to the other side. Roll onto your back once again. Plant the feet. Right arm goes just beside your right hip. Left hand will hold on to the right elbow. Press into the feet, tuck the tailbone, lift your spine, bridge pose with this variation. Take 3 breaths. And then let's release the left arm, bring it beside your hip. Exhale 1 vertebra at a time, lower the spine back down. Lift both legs up towards the sky, and then start to point and flex the toes. And waking up those ankles, the muscles in your feet. And then let's circle the ankles in one direction and in the other. A deep breath in here, flex the toes, bend both knees, happy baby, let's rock side to side. So we're holding the outer blades of the feet. And then let's come back through center. Bring the knees into the chest. Plant both feet down on the mat. Left arm reaches above your head. Roll onto your left side. So left arm is now a pillow for your left ear. And then right toes stay connected to the mat. Let's just open up that right hip and close. So very, very gently waking up the body. Open and close. You should feel a little bit of firing up in the right glute, right outer hip. For 2. And 1. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. Bend the right elbow, right hand comes on the right shoulder, and let's circle out that right elbow. And switch directions. And breathing in, right arm reaches up towards the sky. Bend your right elbow behind your back. Fingers poke through underneath the left waist. And then slowly roll onto your back once again. Left arm goes beside your left hip. Right hand holds onto the left elbow. Press into your feet to lift the spine off the mat, and let's hold. And then slowly release the hands. This time let's interlace the hands underneath the back. Shimmy your shoulders closer together underneath the back body, and let's hold. Now bring your left foot a little bit closer towards the midline. Pull the right knee into the chest. Right leg reaches up high. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Rebend the right knee, and let's switch sides. So left knee pulls into the chest, and then extend your left leg up high. Keep pressing into the right foot. Lift the hips up higher. And then slowly rebend left knee. Undo the bind of the hands. 1 vertebra at a time. Lower the spine back down. Knees pull into the chest. And we're going to lift the feet so they touch the floor behind the head. And then we're going to separate those feet. So the legs stay straight, feet separate wide apart. And then very slowly lower your spine back down on the mat, keeping the feet wide apart. And we kind of circle those legs down, bringing them together out in front of you. Middle back stays grounded. And then lift the legs together all the way behind your head. And then separate the feet. Lower 1 vertebra at a time. Circle the legs down. Don't go too low. And then both legs together, let's lift them up and over, trying to go nice and slow with control. Separate the feet, lower down with control. Legs come together and lift. And then 3 in the opposite direction. So lower the spine, legs lower together. Separate them out. Again, middle back stays grounded, so don't go too low. Bring the feet behind your head. Feet touch. Lower the spine, legs stay together. Good. A little bit of firing in the core. Let's do 2 more. And last one. And then exhale, come onto your back. Bend the knees into the chest. Let's rock back and forth. And then we're going to make our way into a halfway lift, top of the mat. Bend the knees generously, fold over your legs, grab opposite hand to opposite elbow, and let's dangle side to side. And let's release the hands down. Right fingertips stay underneath your nose. Bend the right knee. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. Open up into a twist. And then exhale, switch sides. So the left hand comes down. Bend left knee. Right arm reaches up. Exhale, switch sides again. 1 more on each side. Inhaling as you open and expand. Exhaling as you fold. Last one. Good. We fold forward, bend the knees, roll up to high mountain. Come high on your toes, and then lower hips to heels slowly for 3. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower for 2. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower for 1. Halfway lift, inhale. And then let's step the left foot back. Drop the left knee, Anjaneyasana, reach the arms above the head. Now we're going to take Gomukasana arms, so cow face arms. Left elbow points up towards the sky. Left hand is on your upper back between the shoulder blades. And then right elbow also bends behind the back, but the back of the right hand is against your back. Try to bring your fingers as close as possible together without holding them together yet. It's a little bit too early in the practice for that, unless you really have the mobility and you can go there easily. Let's hold. And then as you breathe out, we're going to bring the left hand down, straighten the right leg, and right arm reaches up towards the sky. So half splits with a twist to the right. And let's circle that right arm back. Inhale, come into Anjaneyasana. Exhale, we're going to untuck the left toes. Left toes point to the right side of the mat. Straighten your right leg. Left hand comes to the back of the mat. Stretch. Right elbow bends behind the back. Let's take a half bind. And then we're just going to lift the right arm up, lift your left knee off the mat, and extend. Right hand tries to touch your left toes for 3, 2, 1. Rebend the left knee, come back to the side bend, half bind, right elbow bends behind your back. And then we'll reverse everything. So side bend here, rebend your right knee, come back to Anjaneyasana, top of the mat. This time, half splits, airplane wings, straighten the right leg, arms reach back. And then let's stand up tall, left knee into the chest. Exhale, mountain pose. Okay, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Right foot steps back. Anjaneyasana, inhale. Gomukasana arms, right elbow points up, left elbow points down. Let's hold for 3, 2, keep lifting your chest forward and up, trying not to dump the weight in the lower back, so strong glutes here as well. As you breathe out, we unravel. Straighten your left leg, right hand comes down to the mat, left arm reaches up. So you should feel a nice big stretch in the left side body, left hamstring, maybe left glute. As you breathe in, Anjaneyasana. Untuck the right toes point to the left, side bend, right hand finds the back of the mat, straighten your left leg, left arm reaches over your left ear. Half bind, bend your left elbow behind your back. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Lift your right knee off the mat. Extend your right leg out in the air. Left hand reaches towards your right foot for 3, 2, 1. Release. Come back to the half bind. Inhale, left arm reaches up and over. Anjaneyasana, top of the mat. Half splits, airplane wings. Big step up, right knee into the chest. Exhale, mountain pose. High mountain, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift to breathe in. Plant the hands, step back, high plank. Let's lower count to 5 to the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Interlace your hands at your lower back. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the arm. Legs stay glued to the floor for 5, 4. Keep lifting your arms away from your back. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Tend the fingers, elbows point up. Oscillating cobra, 3 rounds. For 1, 2 more. Trying to activate the whole back body. Let's slide the hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. And take a deep breath in and out. And then deep breath in, right leg rises. Bend the right knee, open up the hip. Maybe circle that right ankle in one direction and the other. As you breathe out, knee to nose. And then let's tap the floor, right knee to the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right foot steps between the hands, Anjanasana, inhale. Same sequence as before, we're just gonna add on some stuff. So Gomukasana arms, left elbow points up, right elbow points down, deep breath in. Exhale, unravel into that half splits with a twist. So revolved half splits. Inhale, Anjanasana. Exhale, left hand goes all the way to the back of the mat, straighten your right leg. Now let's pick up that left knee. Right hand finds the floor, pivot all the way open into wild thing. Hold. As you breathe out, left hand comes down on the mat. Left knee comes down on the mat. Come back to your side bend. Inhale, both arms reach up towards the sky. Side bend over your right leg, so over the straight leg. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart space, pull your right knee in, tuck the toes, and let's lean back. Bring your heels down, and then bring your knees down. With as much control as you can, bring the heels and knees. For 3, 2, and 1. Let's balance on our toes, plant the hands, and we're going to hop the feet out to the sides. Feel free, if you're ready to do a handstand, you can go for it. I think a little too early for me, but let's go. Good, so we hop out to the sides, Prasarita. Halfway lift, breathe in. We're gonna pivot towards the left, so the back of the mat. Right hand finds the top right corner. Come all the way onto the outer blades of your feet. Left arm reaches towards the back of the mat. Inhale, lift the hips, rainbow your left arm over your left ear. Exhale, lower the hips. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, hold here. Square your hips to the back of the mat. Left arm reaches forward, and then right arm reaches forward. Hold. And then let's step the right foot to the outside or top right corner of the mat, active squat. Exhale, straighten legs, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Let's come into a push-up, lower halfway. Inhale, press up. Lower all the way down to the mat. Baby cobra, lift your hands, inhale. Exhale, lower, high plank. Knees and elbows to the mat. Pull yourself forward, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog as you breathe out. 1 breath, inhale. And exhale. Left leg rises, bend the left knee, open up the hip. Maybe circle your left ankle in one direction and the other. My left ankle always cracks. I think I need to get that checked out. As you breathe out, knee to nose. And then let's tap the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left foot steps between the hands. Drop the right knee. Anjanasana, inhale. Cow face arms, right elbow points up. Inhale. Exhale, revolved half splits. Inhale, Anjanasana. And then right hand finds the back of the mat, side bend. Left arm reaches over. Let's pick up that right knee. Wild thing. And then let's bring the right knee back down. Right hand can come back down to the mat as well. Come back to your side bend. Inhale, both arms reach up. Side bend to the left. Inhale, come back through center. Hands to the heart space, pull your left knee in. Tuck the toes, let's rock back and forth. So leaning back, lifting the knees, bringing the heels down. And you should be off your mat at this point, unless you have a really big mat. For 4. 3. You can go slower, of course. 2. And 1. Let's balance on the toes. This time, if you want to take a little hop up to straddle handstand, go for it. It is still early, so don't worry. We can just hop feet out, land in Prasarita. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. As you breathe in, halfway lift. Go towards the right. So lunge over your right foot. Pivot onto the outer blades of the feet. Right arm reaches back. Inhale, rainbow the right arm over the right ear. Exhale, lower the hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Feels so nice. Inhale, lift. Square the hips. Both arms reach forward. Hold. And then let's step into active squat. Inhale. Exhale, straighten legs, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back, high plank. 1 push up. Lower all the way down to the mat. Inhale, cobra, lift your hands. Exhale, release, high plank. Knees and elbows to the mat. Pull through, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Straight into our sun salutations. Let's come high on the toes. Bend the knees, look forward, step or jump. Active squat. Exhale, straighten legs, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Bend the knees, plant the hands. Step or jump back. 1 push up. Knees and elbows find the floor. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. High on the toes. Bend the knees. Step or jump, active squat. Exhale, straighten legs, hands to heart. Inhale, reach. Bend the knees, plant the hands. Step or jump back. Your vinyasa. Straight into it. 2 more. Come high on the toes. Step or jump. Reach the arms up. Good. Just go at your own pace. Back to downward facing dog. Let's take 1 more. High on the toes. Bend the knees, look forward. Step or float. Straighten the legs, hands to the heart. Reach the arms up. And let's go. Last vinyasa. And we meet back in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Let's take 5 breaths here in stillness. And then let's drop the elbows. And then either you can stay in dolphin or interlace your hands. Maybe bring the crown of the head down. Walk your feet in for headstand. Otherwise, you can hold your dolphin. Amazing strength builder. So it's either strength or just working on a skill, whatever you feel like. And then we lift in our headstand in whatever way you feel comfortable. Make sure there's nothing behind you, just in case. And let's hold. And finding some stillness after those sun salutations. Slowly come down. And we'll come into child's pose. Hands go behind towards the feet. Maybe roll the forehead side to side. And if you prefer to sit on your heels, you can with the eyes closed. Just finding a moment to reconnect to your breath, to your intention if you set one. And then let's make our way into downward facing dog. Plant the hands, tuck the toes, lift up high. Let's take a 10 count jump or step all the way up to the top of the mat for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Halfway lift, inhale. And just meet me whenever you're ready. Exhale, fold forward. Chair pose, breathe in. And let's twist to the right. Left elbow hooks the right knee. Hold it. Just maybe look down. Make sure your left knee is not completely overshooting the right. Now, keeping elbow to knee connection, let's stand up tall so we stay in the twist. And we hold. And then you can release the twist. Left hand either holds the right knee or the outer blade of the right foot. And so we're still in a twist, just different variation. And then slowly let it go. Step back, warrior two. Gomukasana arms, left elbow points up, right elbow points down. And let's lift that left heel. And now we're going to take that bind that we took in bridge pose. So lower your left heel, left arm straightens by the left hip, right hand holds the left elbow. Look towards the top of the mat, bend here, or keep your left knee bent. Lean towards the left leg, so we're kind of in a humble warrior, but the right heel is lifted. And then from here, warrior three. Slowly, let's release. Right fingertips come down to the mat. Left arm reaches up. Revolved half moon. Bend the right knee. Left hand can hold the top of the right foot to find a little bit of a stretch. Maybe a little bit of a challenge. And then slowly release, come into standing splits. Let's lift high on those left toes. You should feel the fire in that left leg now. Shiva squat, staying on the toes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left foot steps back. Take your pyramid pose stance with a flat back, rise up, reach the arms above the head. Interlace your hands at the lower back, open up the heart, pyramid pose with the bind. As you breathe in, halfway lift, release the hands, right hand finds the floor. Left peace fingers wrap around the left big toe. Side plank. You can also do this without the bind, that's fine. And then we slowly release, so we're in side plank, left leg is still in the air. Bend your left knee, wild thing. Maybe finding a little bit of a deeper version, perhaps you're bending that right knee, coming into like a half wheel. And then let's lower the hips a little bit, straighten that right leg, come back to wild thing. High plank, left toes hook over the right heel. 1 push-up. Let's make it 2. And then unhook the feet, your vinyasa.
Deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Step, walk, or jump to the top of the mat for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, breathe in. Twist to the left. Let's hold it. Right elbow hooks the left knee. Maybe look down, just make sure that right knee is in its place. And don't worry about perfect alignment, just not completely out of whack. And inhale, let's slowly stand. Trying to keep the balance, a little tricky. Try to straighten your spine, really squeeze that right glute. Woo. And then let's release. Open up the twist. Right hand can hold outer blade of left foot or the left knee. And really focus on your standing leg, so that right leg, really strong right leg. Release, let's come into warrior two. Gomukasana arms, right elbow points up, and let's lift that right heel. Come into like a reverse warrior. And now let's release the right heel, right arm straightens, left hand holds the right elbow. Lift your left heel, square the hips. Think of humble warrior. Try to pull those shoulder blades together. And then warrior three, straighten the right leg, keeping the bind of the arms. Slowly, let's release. Left hand finds the floor, right arm reaches up. Bend your left knee, right hand holds the top of the left foot. Let it go. Let's come into standing splits on the right toes, burning up that right leg. Shiva squat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ground the right heel, left foot steps back, pyramid pose stance. With a flat back, rise up. Interlace the opposite grip of the hands behind your lower back. Open up the heart. Usually it's just the one that feels a little bit unnatural. And then with a flat back, let's fold forward. And slowly release. Left hand comes underneath the left shoulder. Peace fingers of the right hand around the right big toe. Side plank. Let's let go of the bind. Keep the right leg in the air. Bend the right knee. Wild thing. Maybe bending that left knee as well to go a little deeper. Just pay attention to your left shoulder. Make sure nothing feels funky. And then lower the hips slightly, just so that you can safely straighten your left leg again. Right hand comes down on the mat. Right toes hook the left knee. Let's take 2 push-ups. And then your Vinyasa. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. Walk your hands all the way back to the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Maybe hands hold the ankles for 5. As you breathe in, take a halfway lift. Let's walk the hands forward, high plank. Your Vinyasa. And we meet back, downward facing dog. Okay, one more time through this sequence, just changing up some stuff. Let's come high on the toes. Bend the knees, look forward, step or jump. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, breathe in. Twist to the right, exhale. This time come on your toes and then lower hips to heels. You can either stay here in this twist or side crow. Both hands come off the mat to the right. You can make a little shelf for your elbows. If you're more advanced, you can remove that right elbow away from your hips, but I'm really tired today, so no happening. And then we come back to chair, okay? To twisted chair. So staying in that twist. As you breathe in, stand up tall, pull the right knee with you. Let's open up the twist. Left hand holds outer blade of right foot. Step back, warrior two. Reverse warrior, Gomukasana arms. Now, Trikonasana. Keep this right arm behind your back. So straighten the left leg, left arm reaches forward. Trikonasana with the half bind. And now we're going to grab a full bind, so bend the left knee and let's wrap the arms around the left thigh. As you breathe out, look down, bring your right knee down to the mat. Keep the bind of the arms if you can. Point your right toes to the left and let's sit behind the right heel. So we're here. Try to open up the chest more. The leg is secondary. So first we try to really pull those shoulders back and down, strong core. And then if you want to play around with straightening that leg, you can. Slowly release. Let's hold the left foot. Left leg goes over your left elbow. Let's hook the right foot over the left, okay? So really squeezing those legs in. And then lean forward, come into this little ball. If you want to go more, so now we're gonna eventually meet in down dog. If you want to go more into the arm balances, maybe bend your elbows, kick your legs out to the left. And then for another transition, keep the left knee over the left elbow, unhook the right leg, come into flying splits, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and then downward facing dog. And if you're like me, you need to walk all the way back onto your mat. So those are just options. You can take your time, play around, try them a few times. It definitely takes a while, especially the 8 angle to flying splits transition, but you will get there with consistency. All right, step or jump, top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, twist to the left. Let's come high on the toes, lower hips to heels. Stay here in the twist or little side crow. Maybe the left elbow does not touch the hips, or maybe it's a shelf for your hips. And then let's come back to twisted chair. Let's stand up tall, pulling that left knee up with us. Left hand holds the outer blade of the right hand holds outer blade of left foot. Open up the twist. Step back, warrior two. Reverse warrior with cow face. Gomukasana arms. Trikonasana, keep the left elbow bent behind your back. Reach through right fingertips and then open. And then as you breathe out, bend the right knee, so side angle pose. Right arm goes underneath the right thigh. Full bind. As you breathe out, let's look down. Left knee comes down on the mat. Left toes point to the right. Let's sit behind the left leg. You can stay here or straighten that right leg. Slowly release. Let's bring that right leg a little higher over the right arm. I'm already gonna move all the way up. Okay, so right leg over, squeeze it. Left foot hooks on top of the right, And just lean forward. Maybe the feet touch the mat. So you want your elbows to bend. And then here you can just push up. Maybe 8 angle. Maybe come back. Left leg passes through. Flying splits. Chaturanga. Whew. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. With arm balances and all those really high intensity skills, they're gonna feel really hard one day, really easy another day, so you just have to keep coming back. It's always nicer when you're fresh in your arms to work on those things, but yeah, don't give up. With consistency, you'll be amazed to see what your body can do. All right, let's take a deep breath in. Right leg rises. Bend the right knee, open up the hip. And then right knee to right elbow for pigeon pose. Slide your left leg back. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, come all the way down. Forehead can rest on your hands. Let's lift the chest, lean into the right hip, so sweaty. Let's bring that left leg around. Lift the hips so that you can slide your left leg over the right. And then let's sit between the feet. So shoelace legs, and then let's reach the right arm up, left arm goes underneath for cow face. Oopsie. Cow face arms. Maybe this time you can clasp the hands together. Shoulders should be nice and warm. Either stay up here. If you want to explore folding forward, you can. Just see how that feels. I rarely like it, but some people love it. So explore what feels good to you. And then wherever feels the nicest, just stay there. Wherever you feel like you're getting the most out of the shape. And then very slowly, let's let it go. Left hand goes in front of you, right hand behind you. Let's push into the hands and feet, and then pivot to face the back of the mat, Prasarita. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Maybe the arms extend out in front of you, whatever feels good. And then here you can either step or jump back, chaturanga, or however you want to make your way back to downward facing dog, you can. Left leg rises. Bend the left knee, open up the hip. And then left knee, left elbow. For pigeon pose, slide the right leg back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come all the way down, resting your forehead on your hands or on the floor. Slowly lift the chest, and with the help of the hands, lean into your left hip, swing the right leg all the way around, and then readjust so that you make your way into shoelace. Right knee is crossed over the left. Both sit bones are grounded ideally. If you need a block for support, you can take one, or maybe just a blanket or pillow. Cow face, left arm up, right arm down. One side might feel more or less open than the other. And again, you don't have to touch the hand. So if you feel like it's putting a lot of strain in your shoulder, you can do it without binding. That is completely fine. And it's better to not push your body into those spaces that feel funky, that don't feel good. So listen to your body. Notice what it's telling you. If you want to explore folding forward, go ahead. We will hold. Another variation which I forgot to give you is, instead of having this right arm behind the back, you can also hold your left elbow. It's a bit late for that, but now you know if you come back to this class again. All right, let's slowly let everything go. Use the support of your hands. If you prefer to also just immediately bring both hands behind you, that's also fine. Let's lift the knees, pivot, Prasarita. Halfway lift, exhale, fold. And then take a halfway lift again. Now turn the toes out, heels in, Malasana Yogi Squat. Any movement here that feels good, or just complete stillness for 5 breaths. Growing nice and tall, opening up the collarbones, the chest. Squeezing navel in. And then let's make our way onto our backs with or without the help of the hands. We're going to come into a wheel or bridge pose. So you can come all the way down to your back and then set up for either bridge or wheel. No right or wrong here, just whatever feels good. I'm craving a really big shoulder opening, so I'm going to go into wheel, but you can go into bridge. That is no problem. So take your time to set it up, and then we come into our wheel or bridge. And then very slowly, come all the way back down. Keeping the feet wide apart, knees together, let's knock the knees side to side. And letting that big back bend sink in. Now we're going to take a twist, bring both hips to the left, and then let's cross left knee over the right, maybe feet hook as well, and then let's bring both knees to the right. Cactus the arms, or extend them out to the sides, and you can just gaze straight up to the sky. And then let's come back through center, and we'll do the same on the other side. So both hips go to the right, right knee crosses over the left, maybe hook the feet, and then bring your knees over to the left. Let's come back through center, hugging knees into the chest. Deep breath in, lift your forehead to the knees. Hold and squeeze for 3, 2, 1, and let everything go. Shavasana. Taking a deep breath in and out, allowing yourself to relax completely. Just a few moments here. As always, please stay in Shavasana longer if you have the time today. I invite you to think of something that you are grateful for. It can be something big, something small. It can be 3 things or 5, it doesn't matter. Just taking a moment to fill your mind and your heart with gratitude before you go back into the rest of your day. And then, as always, thank you so, so much for practicing with me, for trusting me to guide you in this really, really cool practice that we call yoga. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. It means the world. So if you enjoyed the class, please leave a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next one.